Hey guys, Spider Paul here with a quick wrap up on the Terrificon Hall on the weekend in Connecticut. We had a ball. I want to start out with some thank yous to the community. There were a lot of people, 5G, YouTube, names you'd all know, and they were all there. 3 Men in the Basement had a table this year. So Otto, Dave from the Cave, Roger, and Chinmo were down there with their buddies from Spineworks, and they were doing giveaways and shooting videos and had all kinds of fun going on. And my girlfriend won. She won this Jason Aaron Thor omnibus, which we're both really looking forward to reading. But not only that, she won these Todd McFarlane page punchers. So we got Black Adam. We got Flash from the Flashpoint. And last but not least, she won Superman Rebirth with the cool action figures in there. So again, thank you to the 3 Men in a Basement. Ellie Jelly appreciates it. I appreciate it. And it's always great to see you guys when we're down there. Another great guy from the community, Erod212, had a table down in Connecticut. So got to hang with him, talk books, and hang out after the show. And he was a ball to hang out with. But the big thing for me with Erod was down in New York at the beginning of the year for KingCon. I had given him a bunch of books to clean and press so I could submit some of them for grading. And he had sent me an email before the show saying they were ready. So I said, just bring them to Connecticut, man. We'll finish up the deal there. So he did this Jenny Frizen, Something's Killing the Children, #1 for me. And he also did Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales. 2 copies of that. And those I'm probably not going to send in for grading. But what I will send in for grading is my Batman Adventures 12 and Ultimate Fallout 4. Erod blazed these books that look dynamite. If you need stuff cleaned and pressed, check out Erod212, the Presser's Presser. Great guy, and did a super job cleaning my books. So thanks, Erod. One of the things I like to do when we go to cons is get signatures. And if I can find maybe an independent publisher or somebody that's not so well known that's got a book that they're promoting, I'm all in for picking up the book, getting a signature, supporting them, trying to get it going on their project. So speaking of projects, we met Paul Thayer, who's doing Project Neosis, a new book, and got his signature and picked that up from him. So I was real happy to get that, real happy to support somebody trying to get going. We also picked up an anthology by the guys from Wayward Raven. Wayward Raven's an independent publisher. Saw them, I don't remember which con, I apologize, but at Boston Comic Con and maybe one of the ones in New Hampshire a number of years ago. And I picked up their book called The Ascendant. And every year or so, we'd go to a con and we'd see them and they'd have a new issue, so I would pick up the new issue. So I got like 5 issues of that series from them. This year they had an anthology called We Suck at Comics, written and drawn by a number of different artists, themselves included. So I grabbed that, and they actually took us on a tour around Terrificon and took us to all the creators who were in the book and got signatures on the book for that. And that was the trades I got. Now, for other signatures, they had a lot of artists there. Art Adams was there. The big ones for me were Walt and Louise Simonson and Chris Claremont. I couldn't get the Simonsons. The line was gigantic, and I thought, oh, I'll come back on Sunday. And unfortunately, Sunday when I came back, they were not there. They were on their way out. But I did get Chris Claremont on my X-Men 221, which is the first Sinister, and on this classic cover, Wolverine cover as the Brood with X-Men 234. So I was thrilled to grab those. Now they had a con exclusive. We met Ryan Gary Brown in New Jersey at KingCon and hung out with him. He's a friend with Furry Gary. And he was at Terrificon, and he had a con exclusive that we picked up and got his signature on the book. Speaking of Ryan, usually one of the first stops I make when I go to the cons is to see what Very Gary has. And he's got a big booth down at Terrificon. So we went there first thing and said hello and hung out a little bit. And he said, hey, I got some con exclusives I'm going to be selling. You want to see them? So, you know me, I said, yeah, absolutely. So Ryan Brown was doing an art book, and he collaborated with Gary, and they produced a Spider-Man spot color cover for the art book. So got that with his signature, and it's a connecting cover. So you got the other side. I don't know if I can do this so you can see, but that's kind of the two covers connected. I'll pull back a little bit. So that's very, very cool. So he showed me those, and he says, I got the spot covers, and I have foils. And he said, which one would you like? And I said, what do you mean, which one would I like, Gary? I want all of them. So I grabbed that foil cover and the connecting foil to go with that. Now, there were two more. He had metal versions of these, but the metal versions he was saving for Whatnot auction and he was doing from the con later on. So I was not able to get those, and they would have been way out of my budget because I think at the auction they ended up going for, $200 or more a piece. But they're gorgeous, and you can see kind of in the edge, the light hits the foil, and the foil really pops. It doesn't show up so well here with the bag, but these were gorgeous. So I got those from Gary, and also, me and my Spider-Man, I added to my Spider-Man collection. He gave me a great deal on Spider-Man 58, Spider-Man 116, and Spider-Man 118. So thanks, Gary, for those books. Those are going right in the PC.
So you want to grab 3? Yeah.
And I mentioned before, 3 Men in the Basement were there, and I was able to pick up some Spider-Man from them. They gave me a great price on Spider-Man 113. So I added that to the collection, and their buddies from Spineworks were right next to them in the booth. And from the Spineworks guys, I picked up 134 and 136. I don't want to get in any trouble, but the Spineworks guys weren't around at the time I was looking at these, so the 3 men hooked me up with a deal on these two. So thanks to Spineworks and 3 Men in the Basement for the great Spider-Man ads. Now, on the last day when we were there, let me back up a little bit. Saturday night, we were in the casino. We had a good time in the casino and had some good luck. So I had a little bit of extra cash. And with the extra cash, I saw Chris from Chris's Comics in Seabrook, which is about a half an hour from where I live. He was down in Connecticut. And he had a bunch of keys that he was selling. So I broke down and grabbed myself Avengers Annual number 10 with the first appearance of Rogue in it. I'm real happy to have those in the collection. There it is, guys. There's the Terrificon haul. If you get a chance to go down there, I would highly recommend it. We have a great time every year when we do this. And the people down there are great. The facilities are phenomenal. And you never have to leave the building. And there are heretofore unconfirmed rumors of a certain four-legged Spider-Man collector and a certain pressable defect doing Pearl Jam karaoke in the Irish bar down at Mohegan Sun on, I think it was Friday night. The night's a little foggy. I will neither confirm nor deny. I hear there is video evidence, and I was being stopped in the hallway and congratulated her on a great performance the night before because I guess they live streamed it. So we have fun when we go down there, man. If you ever get a chance, check it out. It's well worth it. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you again soon.